Okay. I think this thing is on. I'm doing a special thing today. I'm trying to stream at the same time to the YouTubes and to the Instagrams. I don't see anybody joining the live video on Instagram just yet. So let's give it a couple of minutes to see if somebody shows up there. How's everybody doing? How's everybody getting ready for a field day? It's coming up. Only 2 days to start getting ready, and Saturday at 2 p.m. We all gotta get on the air and try to make as many contacts as we can. I wanted to share with you guys today the latest release of PoLo. It's the July release. We jumped June because, well, we've been dealing with lots of little bugs and ended up delaying the release. And I wanted to make it happen just in time for Field Day because even though the May release already had support for Field Day, we've added a couple of things in there. We also added 13 colonies and a few more features. And I just wanted to give you guys a live show. Wait, hold on. And we are live on the Instagram now. Digital Rancher is there. How are you? And on the YouTube side, we have Kyle, Stephen, Rod. Yeah, I like to see people joining the live stream. It makes it more exciting for me, even if I'm alone here talking to the camera. So let's show you guys what we have coming up for the July release. Let's see what we have here. Where do I have my phone simulator? Here we go. So let's get going. We have a new photo. Whoops. Why do I have problems every time? Oh, I know why. Let's roll that back and pretend that didn't happen. So I can edit it later for a nicer video. Let's close this thing. Whoop. And yeah, it should be running now. So how is everybody? We're gonna show you guys what's up, what's new in the July release of Ham2K PoLo. That should be going live tonight or tomorrow morning. So we changed the photo. This one is from Jetil in Norway, where he was activating in a boat, Maritime Mobile. And right now it's loading slow because I have the development version going here. Should come up in a minute or two. And you'll see, it gives you time to appreciate a nice photo. So the main thing that you guys want to try with PoLo, the latest version, is actually, let me show you here on the screen. There we go. I wasn't showing it. Let's do that again. Cut, retake. Let's make it happen again. How are you, everybody? We're gonna be showing you what's new with the July version of Ham2K PoLo. So let's take a quick look and show you what's new. First thing is the new image is Kjetil in Norway operating Maritime Mobile. That's a nice startup image. And the main thing you want to see that's new is basically in activities, there's now ARRL Field Day. Just in case it doesn't show up, you have to go into the settings and enable it in app features. It's going to show up here, and if you don't see what you want, click on more. You'll get more options, but Field Day will be visible right here. Make sure it's enabled. Then you start your new operation, and you mark it as Field Day. For Field Day, you have to pick your class, A, B, C. There's some descriptions here. I'm going to be operating mobile this weekend, and I'm going to be in Eastern New York. Enter whatever is relevant for you and pick your power source and power here so that the scoring is correct. Now, that's it. You're operating for Field Day. You have your exchange information up here in case you forget it in the middle of a QSO. Let's go on 7200 phone and you can start logging. We can get Alpha 0Z, who is going to be probably 17 Alpha out of, where are you, Kyle? Texas, no, you're in Indiana. Let's put you in Indiana. You can see one of the features of Field Day in PoLo is that it will show you the name of the section as soon as you type it. That's useful to confirm sections like Eastern New York and so on. But also, if somebody tells you the section name and you don't know what it is, the abbreviation, like the example I always give you is Santa Barbara, you can type Santa here and you get a list of matching sections. So you can press space to enter Santa Barbara or just continue and back off and say that it's San Francisco. Here we go, Cal San Francisco. That gives me 2 points. I can work, let's work Rod. Kilo 4 Delta Sierra X-ray. Rod, I'm gonna put you 3, I don't know, Echo. And location, where are you, Rod? North Carolina. That's easy. That makes it 4 points. If you tap here in the header, or if the header is not working, you tap here in the information, you'll see a nice checklist of which sections you've worked, including the Canadian sections and the other 2 possible exchanges, which are Mexico and DX. You get a summary of your QSO point, power multipliers, etc., etc. Of course, you can also mix this with operating parks on the air. You can enter here, this phone doesn't have a GPS location, but I can enter here, say I'm going to operate from Appalachian Trail. Oh, no, you know what? Is that I never downloaded my PODA database. Let's get a fresh copy of the PODA database. And now I should be getting the proper information when I enter it. There we go. So let's say I'm going to be doing Painter Hill multiple use area. So now I have Field Day and PODA at the same time. Your park to parks will work as expected. Your self-spotting will work as expected for PODA. So all you need to do is make sure you've entered a frequency. I have them at 7200, and you type here QRV and it will self-spot you with QRV, or you can just open the self-spotting tab and press self-spot. One little addition that is only available in PoLo, I don't know of any other logger that does this, is that you can, let's say, I have to do this with Kyle, so I'm going to move to 20 meters so that he's not a dupe. And we get Alpha Alpha 0Z in a new band, and I already have his class from the last time I contacted him, but he says, please copy 17 Alpha. I now log him with a please copy, which shows up as a little plus here in the logs, and it will give me statistics here of how many please copies I've gotten, including all the other QSOs I have. So 33% of my please copies of my QSOs have been please copies. I like to announce right now that PoLo Ham2K is going to be doing a little competition to see who is the user that logs during Field Day using Ham2K that gets the highest percentage of please copies. It will only include people who get at least 100 QSOs. If you don't get 100 QSOs, you don't count for the competition. And this is going to be known as the Alpha Alpha 0Z Memorial Please Copy Award. And the prize is going to be a free version of Ham2K PoLo and probably some stickers. But yes, please send us your screenshots after Field Day showing what percentages of please copies you got during Field Day. Sorry, Kyle, I didn't let you know that I was going to do this beforehand. But yes, you're sponsoring. And whomever the winner is, if you ever run into Kyle in person, he'll have to buy you a beer or a coffee, whatever you prefer. That's the terms of the Alpha Alpha 0Z Memorial Please Copy Award that we've just announced. What else do we have new? Well, one of the things is we've had self-spotting for a long while, but sometimes when you're operating, you might find somebody in the spots that you want to respot, or even somebody who hasn't been spotted and you want to somehow get into the spots. I can go here in the spotting tab and now spot James in the frequency he's at. And he happens to be the guy who writes the API that accepts these spots. That was a funny coincidence, but here we go. We spot him, and now he's been respotted on the PODA site. You can also do this if you pick somebody you've worked before. In this case, it shouldn't do anything because there's no park reference. But if I had worked Kyle and I have entered a park reference here, then I can spot him at the frequency I had worked him at 7200. So you can go back and respot anybody that you've worked on the air or that you heard on the air, or like I just did, just respot them wherever they were to see if the software works. And the other big addition is here in App Features, 13 colonies, which happens to be next week, starting on Tuesday, July 1st. Is the first week of July, mostly focused on the US, is the 13 colonies celebrating the Independence Day. Each of the 13 original colonies will be operating as Kilo 2 Alpha, Kilo 2 Bravo, Kilo 2 Charlie, and so on. And with what this does is you can enable 13 colonies on whatever activity you happen to be doing. You don't need to change the year. That doesn't do much. And now if I work, let's say this one. If I work Kilo 2 Alpha, it'll tell me here there's 13 colonies New York. And if you work Kilo 2 Alpha, there's a high likelihood it's going to be me operating. I'm going to be activating from New York, and I'm going to try to do as many QSOs as I can. And you now get, besides whatever activities you have going on, a 13 colonies checklist that will show you which of the 13 colonies you've worked. One of the things that is special about how we did 13 colonies in PoLo is that, say you did one park on one day, and a different day you go do another parks on the air operation, you make sure you add 13 colonies. And now the QSOs here, if I type Kilo 2 Alpha, I get New York. I think they're, by Kilo 2 Bravo, I get Virginia. Kilo 2 Charlie, I'll get Rhode Island. But it also showed me that I work New York. So it will look at QSOs you've done in other of your activities during that week. It will limit the QSOs to the week of the event. Although, if you notice when you set it up, it has some explanation that I'm using it before the event has started. So it's gonna, just to let me test, it's gonna use the QSOs for the last 7 days. So any QSOs in the last 7 days will be counted for 13 colonies. And even QSOs you do in another operation that has not been configured for 13 colonies. Say I contact Kilo 2 Hotel. It doesn't tell me anything. There's no 13 colonies information here. But if I go back to any of the 13 colonies, it's now counting Kilo 2 Hotel for Massachusetts. So it'll help you keep track of all your 13 colonies contacts during that week. And it's not into the app yet, but if I have the chance next week, I'm going to add a way to export your log for 13 colonies, including only the 13 colonies QSOs. You don't need to submit the log to get a certificate. You do need to send them a list of which stations you worked, but having that log in ADIF might make it easy for you to get that list. And what else is new? We've done a lot of little fixes that are not that easy to show or explain. Oh, and we also have a new feature for our friends in New Zealand, which is the Set L on the air. It's SLOTA. And you have to, like many other of these, you have to download the SLOTA. You have to configure an account for SLOTA spotting. It supports spots. It supports self-spotting. It does everything PoLo does when you add an activity like this. And this feature has been pretty much the work of, where'd it go? Of Steve, Mike 1 Sierra Delta Hotel out of England. He's our activities guy. Most of the activities you see in PoLo have been his work. Pretty much everything you see in this list has been him working on it. And I think that's about it for PoLo in July. The upcoming August, hopefully, will have the cat control feature working. That's what I'll be where I'm gonna be focusing all my efforts in the next few weeks and try to make it be ready in August. And I think that's about it for PoLo July. I will be pushing it live in the next hour or two, and it's going to be an App Store update. You're going to have to go to the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store and get your update there, as is the case with all the monthly updates. There will be some patch updates coming up in the next few days if there's any bugs, and hopefully one to enable the export of 13 colonies. And that's it. I hope you guys and gals enjoy this and have a great field day. And please remember, enable to keep track of the police copies you hear on the air, and you'll be part of the Alpha Alpha 00 Zulu Memorial Police Copy Award. Let's see who wins the prize this year and who gets to claim the inaugural cup. And I don't know if anybody in the chat have any questions. If not, I'll be getting out of this hot basement. It's very hot here in the summer in New York today, 97 degrees earlier. And I'll go into the air conditioning room to get something cold and sit back and relax. So, chat, questions, anybody? I need to figure out how to get the chat shown here in the video, but now that I've done the double stream to Instagram, I think I'm really happy with the streaming setup I've got going. November 2, Papa India asks if there's a PC version soon. That's the question I get all the time. The answer is yes. Working on it. I want to get the cat control ready first. So I push the Windows work aside for a couple for a few weeks, but then the next big project is going to be getting the Windows version up and running. Kyle had a question about CWTs or SSTs. I think that I want to develop content support for those, and those are going to be great. Let's talk, Kyle, to see what you think are the features that would make it better than all the other existing alternatives. Woody, I think that you came late, so you missed all the details about Field Day. You can rewatch the video later, but basically Field Day is fully supported, and PoLo will actually let you track the police copies you get on the air, and whomever gets the highest percentage of police copies will win a special award. But watch the earlier part of a video and you'll get the details. Where will someone find the device info for the cat control? Asks Steve from Nova Scotia. We'll be posting something in the forums and in the public site. The device will most likely be based on a Raspberry Zero W2, Raspberry Pi Zero W2. And so if you find one, it's not that expensive. So you can buy one for like $15, $20 and get an SD card for it and get this extra thing, which is, let me see if I can get the camera to focus. This thing on the top is a USB on the go adapter. That's from USB micro to USB on the go is the smallest possible adapter I've found, and that will come helpful. There are other ways of doing USB on the go on a Raspberry Pi. Any Raspberry that supports Bluetooth low energy and supports USB on the go will work for what we're trying to do. So, but if you have one, it's likely it'll work fine. If not, get yourself the W2, the Raspberry Pi Zero W2, and an SD card and the USB on-the-go adapter. And the idea is that you use this on-the-go adapter to connect it to the serial port of your radio, and you'll probably have to get some regular USB power supply battery or 12-volt adapter to power this device. But then your phone will connect via Bluetooth to this device, and the device will be the bridge that controls the radio from your phone. Any other questions? Nobody? Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna call this the end of the stream. And I'm gonna go and publish PoLo July 25 version to make it public in the app markets. Is already being approved by Apple and Google, so it's just waiting for me to hit submit and play. Too bad the Instagram crowd is joining now. Hola, Pota Ecuador. Well, if you want to watch in the YouTube channel, there's the full recap of what we just announced. Next time, I'm gonna start a Instagram stream earlier to give people a better chance to find it and join. So with that, I'll give you a 73, and I'll see you on the air this weekend for Field Day. Thank you, everybody.